I've often heard that 3D printing solves everyday problems, and to be honest, I was always a bit skeptical about that. Until finally, I printed wedges for a sagging countertop in the kitchen of my rented apartment, a block for stretching my Achilles after an injury I suffered, a holder for a wireless microphone, and for the DJI Pocket, and I just started to believe in this whole story. On YouTube, I've seen countless people who manage the mess in their drawers, shelves, and generally in their rooms using 3D printing. Simple solutions like Gridfinity for organizing drawers and the classic pegboard modeled after SKÅDIS, the kind you can get at IKEA. And I thought, damn, I haven't been printing much lately. I have a bunch of leftover spools of filament that I should use up, so I might as well put them to use. And if there's one thing to say about my studio where I record, it's that it could really use more order and easier access to the essential things I use every day while filming. Like with all my 3D printer projects, I started by going to one of my 2 favorite websites for 3D designs. Of course, you'll find the links in the comments. And here's where I had my first surprise. Seriously, the 3D printing community is so big that it seems like every possible holder and little shelf for all sorts of things has already been created. I'm talking, of course, about the skadis from IKEA. I mean, you know, the shelves and holders for it. And here I also made my first mistake. I started printing skadis panels one after another, but without holes in the corners. I mean, it might not sound too tragic, but it meant that I couldn't just connect them, so instead of printing 9 panel pieces that would make up one large board, I ended up with 9 small panels that, well, are pretty hard to connect together, and unfortunately I had to improvise a bit, and okay, I'll be honest with you. I miscalculated with this project. The panels themselves turned out really great. The mounting elements and spacers are also flawless, but here's the big but. Connecting these smaller panels takes up a lot of space and requires additional fastenings. It's a bit of a juggling act, and you know what? I gave in, but only partially. I went to IKEA and bought the largest SKÅDIS panel, 76 by 56 centimeters, for just 59 zlotys. I'll treat my 3D printed versions as an addition in case I fill up the main part. And why did I only give in partially? Because apart from the panel itself and 2 mounting brackets, I didn't buy a single accessory, not a hook, not a shelf, not a clip, even though there were really a lot of them and at a good price. Interestingly, SKÅDIS comes in many colors and sizes, and the entire IKEA is filled with arrangements using them. I've seen examples in kitchens, gaming rooms, children's rooms, and workshops, so if you're not sure whether something like this would make sense for you, be sure to go to IKEA and just see it for yourself. To sum up, I went to IKEA and paid 69 zlotys for the largest board and 2 holders. Sorry, I know I'm old, but I just couldn't help myself. Oh, and of course, the classic hot dog tastes just as good as I remember from my childhood, although I feel like the sausages weren't this long before. Wait a second, we're getting off topic, so let's get back to it. Of course, you can buy accessories for the skadis, but that would be taking the easy way out, and my goal was simple, to sort it all out with a 3D printer. So I sat down at my computer, opened printables, and started looking for the most useful holders, at least for me, that I could print myself. Among other things, I found a holder for tape, one for a measuring tape, screwdrivers, and even a double battery holder. A bit of a random set? Well, maybe. But remember, these are all things I use every day, and that's why I just want them organized in a way that's more convenient than having them hidden away in drawers. One more thing. The printer I use is the SKÅDIS Q1 Pro, which I've already shown before on my channel. Some of you might have wondered how it holds up over time, and after printing several kilograms of filament, still no problems at all. Well, except for the app, which every now and then randomly logs me out. Okay, so we have the skadis from IKEA, plus 9 of my 3D printed panels and a whole stack of holders and gadgets that will help me organize the mess. The plan? Mounting it on the wall, the classic approach, but not quite. I came up with an alternative. Instead of drilling, I found printable feet and connectors that let you build something like a freestanding wall. And honestly, I like this idea better because I'll be able to move it later on and not worry about holes in the wall. So I'm printing more parts, and again, it's another dozen or so hours of waiting. But what won't you do for a bit of order, right? Assembly? Piece of cake? There are tons of available designs, connectors, bases, and adapters. You just need to find the right ones, print them, and that's it. You can mount it not only on the wall, but also on a desk, cabinet, or the sides of shelves. If there was anything that could be invented for this solution, these people have done it. This is what the final result looks like. About 3 kilograms of filament, 120 to 150 zlotys. A lot? Maybe so, but on the other hand, I was using leftovers. I printed it in 2 colors because this is a tool room, not a decoration for the shot. If we add the SKÅDIS, electricity, and a classic hot dog, it comes out to around 250-300 zlotys for this project, but the result is... I'm looking at it now, and in my opinion, it's awesome. I'll probably still tweak something, add something, move something around, but I already wanted to make a video about it and show you how you can easily organize your space without spending a fortune. Especially if you already have a 3D printer or you simply know someone who owns one. And what do you think of this final result? Do you think it's actually a cool solution, or did I just waste my money and time because there was a better way to do it? Lastly, let me know what you think about these slightly more laid-back videos, because I figured, I can make something like this, print it, use it, but I want to share it with you, since when I talk to my friends, I get the impression that a lot of people don't even realize that solutions like this exist. And if you think this is already the end of the video, you can leave a sub, a like, a comment, and that's it. But no, because I said I really have quite a mess in this office, and I still have the drawers left to sort out.